You have heard that it was said to those of old, you shall not murder. And whoever murders will be in danger of the judgment. But I say to you, that whoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. If you are angry with your brother, you've already committed murder. I mean, you want to talk about blowing the doors off of this discussion. This will change your theology. This will change how you look at the Torah, how you look at the commandment itself, because Yeshua just expanded its definition. It's not simply confined to the physical act itself. According to the judge, the interpreter of the law, who he himself is the law, made flesh, he says, no, it extends into the heart. Actually, the birthplace of this commandment is the heart. What unholy act, such as murder, has ever been committed apart from anger? Since when is that act done independently of hatred that exists in the heart, bitterness in the heart? You know, really, the anger, the hatred, the bitterness is what gives this unholy act power. The act would never happen without this dark entity, this dark power living within inside men. It's that dark power that does that. And here's the thing. You cannot give anger, bitterness, you can't give hatred a place to reside in your heart. You can't allow it to take residence, because honestly, what you're doing is you're allowing Hasatan to take the throne of your heart. The Holy of Holies is your heart. It's your mind. That's the holy place. And there is a throne there that is meant for one. It is meant for Yeshua. You grab anger, you cling on to bitterness, you cling on to hatred, you put Satan on the throne of your heart. And I'm going to tell you that will be the end of you. You will not survive that when you allow him to reign in your heart. Listen to what Yeshua says in Matthew 15, verse 18. But those things which proceed out of the mouth, what? They come from the heart, and they defile a man. Isn't that interesting? Whether we're talking about words or whether we're talking about deeds, isn't it interesting? Yeshua takes us in his teachings, he takes you back to the heart. See, because as a great physician, such as he is, he doesn't treat symptoms. He treats the problem, and he keeps pointing us back to the heart. Every time. Listen to this. He goes on, verse 19, he says this, for out of the heart proceed evil thoughts, murders, literally lays it out, adulteries, fornications, thefts, false witness, he starts going through the 10 commandments. What Yeshua is saying is that every single sin that a man does comes from the heart. It all begins in the heart. Listen to what he says in Jeremiah 17. This is incredible. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? And as I always say, you know this. Well, isn't that great? Because we all have one. Which means we all have a problem. Every single one of us have a heart. This is the word of the Lord. The Lord is speaking here. He's saying the hearts are desperately wicked. And then he says this. You thought that was bad enough. It gets worse. Because then he says, I, Yahweh, I, the Lord, search the heart. I test the mind, even to give every man according to his ways, according to the fruit of his doings. He's coming in. You know, we talk about Big Brother, and we're worried about our privacy and being invaded, and certainly we don't like that, and I'm okay, I don't like it either, right? Everybody, me and my wife will be talking about something, next thing you know, the ad pops up on your phone, you're like, okay, that's creepy. That's creepy. That's nothing. Because those little things that you hide from everyone, husbands, those things that you hide from your wives, those thoughts that you hide from your husbands, that you hide from others in the community, the Lord is seeing that. every bit of it. You want to talk about being stripped down naked. You want to talk about having your shame exposed. He sees the thoughts of your heart, the place, the birthplace of all sin. The fact that the Lord says, I search the heart. Notice he immediately first deals with the heart and attaches the heart according to the fruit of your doings. Isn't that interesting? Because you'll never have the fruit of your doings, whether righteousness or wicked. That doesn't happen without it being conceived in your heart first. Who you are, who you really are, the inner person. I mean, that is an amazing thing. And what's also amazing about this, please notice, this is a passage referring to judgment. It's a warning. I'm bringing judgment, and how he begins the conversation that he will judge you, I'm looking into your heart. So when Yeshua talks about that whoever is angry, that's an inside issue in the heart, is in danger of the judgment, it's sin. That you clinging on to that is sin has already begun. We ought not to deceive ourselves. Yeshua says the exact same thing found in Jeremiah 17. He says, I am he who searches the minds and hearts, and I will give to every one of you according to your works. Literally verbatim. Exactly. The reason I put this up here is because in Jeremiah, it's Yahweh, it's Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh. It's the Tetragrammaton, it's the sacred name of the Holy God. And yet Yeshua comes on the scene and in the first person says, I am the one searching your heart. And this is important because this is the one we proclaim to be in relationship with. This is, as a side note, this is one of those passages that shows that Yeshua is not just a prophet. He's not just a man. He's God because he's the Son of God. And he makes God statements. And this is one of them. I want to take you to Psalm 51. This is what we read. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me. This statement is explicitly made. David is asking for forgiveness for what? Murder. For murder. And isn't it interesting? This has always fascinated me. David's prayer doesn't say, hey, just forgive that incident that I did. I intentionally, put Uriah in the midst of battle so that he could be destroyed. He doesn't say simply, God, forgive that. What does he pray? Get into my heart, because David recognized the source of what happened, the source of all evil. This is what needs to be dealt with. This is what we need to pray for. We need to pray David's prayer. Create in me a clean heart, oh God. Help me, because, it was interesting. David's sin was totally hidden for a time. The Lord exposed. But for a time, he was able to hide it, as we all do. You hide these thoughts, these demonic thoughts that you have. You conceal your hatred. You conceal your bitterness. That's a scary thing to me.
Hey there, this is Mike at Corner Fringe Ministries, and I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch our video. We hope that it blessed you and it encouraged you. And if it did, please hit the thumbs up on the video and share it with your friends and family. It's also, if you haven't already considered, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now, if you'd like to watch the entire video, click on this link. And if you'd like to watch the entire series and learn more about what we do and believe here at Corner Fringe Ministries, click on this link. Once again, I'd like to thank you for watching the video, and we hope to see you again soon. Shalom.